Hello and warm welcome to each and every one of you, especially to those who follow my channel and also those who are new to my work. You are more than welcome. And this is, for those of you who are new, this is an energy channeling from my spirit and my spirit side of my soul, which is also embedded within Source. So it's a collective reading through Source, and I work very much and have done all my life with the osmosis energies, the catalyst of the osmosis energy of the collective through Source. And even as a child, I was very much aware of this connection that everything had, from cell to cell to physical items. And I was always fascinated as a child when I would look at two glasses side by side, communicating the grains within from one to another. And what I found also was that they were very astounded that a human being could understand telepathy through the osmosis, what they're actually saying to each other. And by enthusing love to both the glasses, the energy of anything that was put within those glasses, it was absolutely tenfold and more. It was unbelievable, the energy that they would put in to the contents of that glass, or those glasses. And so I do not know why I'm going back to there, but we are obviously looking at various aspects. We have forgotten who we are in our journey, and we have put up blockages. And when we go off course, we have conjunctions like we did yesterday, whereby the square of two opposing planets or sets of planets really do dig deep until you finally know what it is that you need to release within your life. And we are slipping into the energies of the full moon, which is later on tomorrow in the UK. It's probably different times and even possibly lapping over from today, tomorrow, whenever it is in your part of the world. And the Sagittarius one is looking at the full picture, and it is depicted here with the arrow, which is associated with the Sagittarius star constellation, and the aiming true. What is your truth? What is your aim? And I feel as though you need to go back to early childhood, maybe, to be able to look at where your aim has been put off course. And now is the time to realign your original reason for coming here on this planet, Mother Earth, and to take time out to look at the bigger picture as to where you have come from, what you have done, and how far off course your arrow is now gone and needs to be brought back in. And this is a full moon eclipse, but it is not a full eclipse, it's just a partial eclipse, probably visible. I don't know quite where within the world the eclipse will occur, but it's usually just a portion of where the moon will actually travel over the lands of the eclipse. And what I am being told to share with you is the fact that in the shadow part of the eclipse, you will get an absolute clarity at this moment in time. So do look up when the full moon is in your region, and to align with those energies to see how far off you have come from your true mission, your true pathway of who you are. And often we are knocked off because of the situation in the bigger world, the people that we meet and are drawn to us in sharing our life pathway, and in the understanding that you have taken on other people's dreams, other people's opinions. Their arrow may have sent you right off course. It may be their dreams, but it is not your dreams. And if you wish to succeed in what way you have come here, it is very good to spend this particular full moon to clarify and grasp that bit which has eluded you from getting to where you are need to go. You are aiming off course. You need to bring your dreams back into alignment and then to go forward. My own pathway is love, and I have been conversing again with the conversation I had with Mother Earth at age 7, when I was horrified at what humanity was doing to her, and she said, it is not a problem. I can just literally release the outside of my skin, and that will remove everybody on this planet. And then she turned to me and said, your job is to love humanity in all its formats and all its darkest despair. And it was a long way to come back to, because I even offered myself to be sacrificed on behalf of removing the darkness within this this universe, not only in this time but in all timelines, because I was so horrified at what was going on and the darkness and the chaos that this entire universe had been or has been created out of. But the only way through is love, absolutely pure love. And nearly 60 years on, I have observed humanity in many dark aspects on many timelines, and it is quite horrific what one does to another here on the earth plane. But at the end of the day, it's like the blind leading the blind, and until the mask is removed from the face of the people that are trying to find their way and to discover the truth of love, the darkness will remain within life, the day-to-day life. And it's quite a heavy lesson that all there is love. And going back to the childhood, I was probably seven at that time. Thinking back, I was 7 at that time, conversing with love at the very essence of the glasses that were there, and the fact that when you infused love with the one, they in turn infuse love throughout all of their being and all who come in contact, or everything that comes in contact with that love element. And so this is very much a focus on love, your inner life as to where you are going, and to see where your love has actually been taken off course over this full moon eclipse in the Sagittarius, and to be aware. And often if you're way out from your course, it can be quite a horrendous journey of a sudden realization of what needs to go. But it is your inner soul, your best friend, your aspect of you that is not into the body, is showing you very clearly what it is that you need to be able to come into full upliftment and to follow your way through. And there is a way through. There was a divine plan that you had made with your soul before you came into your earthly body, and occasionally it does one good to take time out to go into the heart center through slowing down your breathing and then equalizing your breathing to go into the heart center to vibrate with Mother Earth and connect within the heart center, to ground yourself within Mother Earth through your heart center. And she is such a tremendous soul, and she is a soul equally as much as you and I, and she has her pathway, and she has called you here to assist her in her elevation, in her transformation. And so we have a duality of connection with our outer body, honouring Mother Earth with absolute unconditional love. They are saying it's now time to go into the cards. They have been shuffled a number of times since yesterday's reading. And please do check out the yesterday's reading and the whole week's, because it's a continuation of the reading in order to be able to fit what it is Spirit wants to share with you. And also you will find that it is through the osmosis, your soul requesting certain information to come through, and they are definitely ready. We have our 2, and I should put those aside, and we will look at where we at. We have, they're saying to take that one first, okay. And this is a 39, which is a 12, which goes down to a 3. And a number 3 is saying that we are looking from, if we were going over to the cards, it would be an emperor type energy, an emperor and an empress type energy. And it's about protecting treasure. And we're about protecting the treasure that is within, your love of you, and knowing how to access it. This is a very powerful moment, and they're drawing my attention to these 2 fly acrylic mushrooms, toadstools, which are both poisonous. They have the danger that they can actually kill anybody who's taken them. It's never been my pathway. I do not touch any form of fungi, and that includes the alcohol side of things, and also the yeast that goes into the bread. They're absolutely adamant that that is not my personal pathway. It may be yours, but it's not mine. But it also it opens up within the mind for those who do brave that roadway to access greater realities of what is. And the name actually escapes me of these type of mushrooms that people take in order to be able to access the core of who they are. But they are standing as a symbol to bring the light into the core of who you are. So just by observing this fungi, you can also understand what it is that you are going. That is the gift. You do not actually have to consume them, but by just acknowledging them, you can then use them as a gateway through the fairy kingdom into pure realms, inner realms. And this is important with this eclipse, because you have treasure that you have within that you are trying to protect from all manner of things. And what we need to do here is for you to look to make sure that nobody has crept up and stolen any of your treasure. And this is an inward one. It's not the physical world. The physical world can do its own thing. But this is your inner treasure. It is the most powerful core of who you are. You are your own protection. You do not need another one to protect you. But what you need to do is to listen. We have a little bird here for communication. Listen to the messages from your inner soul, and not from those who would send your direction off course. This is a dual sign, because we are in a duality world, to ensure that only listen to the truth of who you are. And if you do not know whether it is an off-leading one that would lead you off track, or whether it's your true aim of your true direction, your inner child is always on point. They will always know, and so by befriending your inner child, your direction will absolutely be true for who you are and where you are going. You are fully protected then. The world would most certainly send you way off track. And especially at these times when there's lots of messages that are on the airwaves to do this and do that, to fear, bringing procrastination and all sorts of misdirection. But it is important for you to actually follow your heart and honour your soul, who has your entire blueprint from the moment that you set outside of source, many trillions and trillions of universes and years ago, and lifetimes ago. That is your truth, that is your direction, and now is the time to ensure that you come back into your alignment of where your treasure, your inner treasure, lies. Right, they're saying before we go over to that, I am to pull one of these cards and see what we have. Again, these have been shuffled, and we will see what it is that they wish to provide in terms of a different type of message. Oh, they asked me to look underneath, and the one underneath says yes. And it says here, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and fly. Now this is very powerfully reflecting what it is we are saying, and I'm going to put that aside. And it's embracing everything within yourself. And by kissing the ground, that is going within your heart center and connecting directly to the ground of Mother Earth, and also your soul to leap and to fly. You are aiming for the biggest picture of yourself. You are aligning with your star crystals, is what they're saying, which you have brought with you and are sitting within your bone structure. And even before the DNA, it's your light that came about before there was DNA. This is a whole journey that we need to consider. Is the light of you before you became DNA even, and the misconstruction of your DNA is not worthy of you, but you do need to connect through your DNA back into the spark of life, your soul of who you are. And we will turn it over, and the picture here is literally showing an open gateway, a portal. And they're saying, although these do not have the archway, the keystone, what they're actually saying is by embracing through your heart soul, your heart center, your soul has already put in place the 13th building blocks of your keystone. This is the bits that have not materialized because you have been sent off course through messages that were not true to you. But your soul has kept the keystone safe for you. You haven't lost it. You haven't given that one away. You may have given your power away, and you may be embracing other people's dreams, but within your soul, and also embrace your inner child, you have the keystone to be able to put you back on track, to be able to go through the portal to the dreams and the reality as to why you came here. And they're actually saying to leave this one that way up, to take it from the top. And we're going to go over and look at this card here. And this one has been following us through the readings. And we have 38, which is an 11, which is again the portal that we are stepping through. 11 being a master number, even though we haven't reached the 13th one. And what they're saying is that we need to traverse back to look at where we have given our power away to another person's dreams. And as we embrace this eclipse, full moon, expect to get a sudden enlightenment as to the areas that you need to heal. Heal the ouch, as in the headache that you have been given trying to fight for somebody else's dreams that is not your own reality. Your inner child is nursing you into full joy and full potential of the treasure that you are protecting. And through your visions, your inner visions, you will then be able to realign through the energies of this full moon what is going on. And often eclipses come in pairs. And at the beginning of the year, back in January, there were a number of eclipses as to what they're saying. And often we are at the other end of the ones that happened at the beginning of the year. And personally, I do not know what the eclipses were. All I know is the fact that they were heavy, and they're the triggers for what we are about to go through. And there's more eclipses to come. We are in eclipse season. But this is like going back in time. This number, although it's higher than that one and should be a progression forward, is a time to actually to go back to reassemble within our mind our own dream and not somebody else's dreams. You are powerful. Don't give your power away. And I'm going to leave that one with you for today. I will continue the reading over on my YouTube channel only. Both parts will put there, part 1 and part 2, which is going to be following on. And that's on Etmir Balance Beyond Time. And we will be coming up to our second Etmir news. And for those of you who want to sign up for the new moon, it will be coming out around the time of the new moon. And I believe it's a Cancer new moon. We will be looking at building a community there, and that will be the gateway into the courses of the Etmirian way of being, to be there for your delight, education, remembering. You already know all this stuff. It's just the fact that we do tend to forget who we are in the struggles of life. And so until we meet again, they're just saying, remember, this is an ongoing reading. So please do check out what this card is relating to in yesterday's and look back through the week. It's all the one reading. And so until we meet again, whether it's on the follow-up part 2 or on another occasion, and we are departing, may your heart star shine brightly.